Similarly to the idea of identifying what your priorities are and then acting on those things so that they actually are demonstrated as priorities, you will notice that you can't do everything you would like to do. You can't do it all. We can't do it all. In this life, we have to choose and sacrifice what we are going to do with our time, what we're going to do with our minds, with our space. So as you were kind of reflecting on what are your priorities, now it's the idea of kind of what are you going to have to sacrifice. Now, for a lot of times with people who have addictions, more substance abuse addictions, they have to kind of cut off people in their lives who invite them and lead them to drink alcohol or use drugs. I mean, they can go to a residential treatment facility and get sober for 6 months, a year, and then they go right back to those friends, those people, those environments, those situations that they couldn't let go. And within a few days, if not weeks, they fall back into similar patterns, behaviors, actions, and addictions. So for us, the same idea, we have to kind of decide, what is this going to take? I love the idea that kind of part of the root of the word sacrifice, I think Greek or Hebrew or something like that, is to make sacred. How can we make our lives sacred? When we make sacrifices for something in our lives, for recovery, for that vision, that future, the reason we're fighting for this, when we sacrifice for that, we really make this new life something sacred for us, something worth respecting and protecting and honoring. And so making the sacrifices, deciding what am I going to sacrifice, and taking the action to move that way, is putting it on the altar symbolically and saying, I am sacrificing this, I'm going to get rid of this, I'm going to kill this in my life for something better, for something that I need, and asking for that help. Those are steps to repentance. That's demonstrations of faith. And so in this spiritual realm of making sacrifices, whether that be time, energy, money, kind of technology, friends, family, locations, or the idea of being alone, of kind of privacy, whatever it is that you need to sacrifice. And that can be kind of a short-term sacrifice, like fasting, or kind of a short-term kind of 40-day Lent kind of idea, taking time out of doing something to kind of put it away for a time to rebuild your neural network so that you can later on face it. Or if it's a long-term kind of sacrifice, that you're going to put it away forever, kind of burn the boats, kind of let go and move forward. Think about those sacrifices and start taking action every day, choosing something that you're going to focus on, sacrificing energy to accomplish, or taking out of your life because it's just taking your time and demonstrating or taking away from the real priorities in your life. Being willing to sacrifice, being willing to put in the effort, being willing to have that intention behind this recovery plan will really make it worth it. So as you gain time in sobriety, in recovery and sobriety, it'll be something you want to defend, something you don't want to lose, because you're doing all this for a bigger, better, more sacred reason. Start making those sacrifices, being willing, choosing to be willing to sacrifice what is necessary so that you can be in recovery, so that you can be healthy, so that you can be free.